Do we need more seats in the House of Commons?
Good question. Once again, from an Inuit perspective, I think we need to have a bigger voice, and having more seats certainly would help. Right now, as you said, we only have one seat, but I'd like to see a larger Aboriginal representation in the House. So on the one hand, the answer is yes, but on the other hand, I want to make sure that it's in the right places. It's not just based on population sizes, but also based on certainly Indigenous rights are really important, and we need to kind of respect that. So I'd say yes, but I'd like to see more Indigenous representation.
Population's growing, representation should grow as well. That makes sense to me, I guess.
So you think the seats should go up?
Yeah, I'm okay with that, I think. I don't have a strong opinion on it, but it doesn't seem like a huge change.
Logically, you don't, if you redistributed the ones that were there equally. You could do with 200 seats and then just spread them out equally. I guess the answer is no. To keep adding seats is just a waste of money.
I don't really think so. I think it just allows for a government to get a bigger majority out of it, depending on how they divide up the standings itself, rather than anything else. There's always a chance that there could be gerrymandering involved. So in reality, I'd like to see how this interim snap election has worked out for Trudeau than anything else before we decide, more seats.
Probably not. Why? 300 people's a lot to organize in caucuses and whatnot. So
338 in total.
Yeah, so that's probably enough to represent 33 million or 35 million, however many we are. So yeah, hopefully they could redistribute those boundaries rather than just creating more.
I think we need better representation in the House of Commons. If that looks like more seats, so be it. But there's too much of the country that's disenfranchised at the moment.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think they need to kind of review how they even have senators. The American system seems a little bit more streamlined that way. I think in Canada we kind of dropped the ball with that, especially since I know the population disbursement is so different, and they have way more representation in the East than we do in the West. I don't think that's fair at all.
As Albertans? Yeah. No, I don't think we necessarily do. I think we're more than well represented.
No, there's enough seats. The distribution is all wacky.
I think Alberta needs more seats if we believe in equal representation, yes. But I also understand why Quebec is reluctant to relinquish one of their seats.
I don't think that could be a bad thing. Having more seats gives a little bit more room for representation of voices that are don't meet the bar of what current seats kind of allow.
No, we need more efficiency in government. The House of Commons is bleeding us dry with their pensions and their politics. And so we really need more efficiency in government, not more bodies.
I think if we had a little bit more balance in terms of help from the government, in terms of money for the province, I think we'd do better with that instead of having representation in terms of the people.
Probably not. I think we have enough opinions already. I think that the government that we have needs to work more closely together and look at more angles. If we have more opinions, then it's just, I don't think 4 more opinions is necessary.
If they're going into the West, not if they stay in the East. I think that the representation to the West to the East is not equal.
I think it's just a natural a result of the system that we have right now with electoral reform, and without a much broader reform of the electoral system, I'm not worried about that. I'd rather see a stab at proportional representation. That's what I'd like to see.